Hello and welcome back to Flipping Motors UK. Today you find me stood next to possibly one of the worst cars I've ever bought. Not that I don't like the Skoda Superb, I think they're a great car, but this one is an absolute dog. Let me show you around. So you can tell by the lights, good spec, elegance, very nice. But that's, well, apart from it being DSG, that's about where the good ends. So, on the front you find some 16-inch alloy wheels off a Pram, by the look of it. And over, I think they're off a basic Octavia. They've been winter wheels, as this car's been to Finland many times. It starts and drives okay. I've just had to jump start it because I've had it sat here for a little while. It did have a timing belt and water pump last year, so that doesn't need doing. Although it is due an oil service, I'll probably do the air and the fuel filters while I'm at it. Engine, gearbox, absolutely fine. Now, how much time do you have? Number plates, shocking, they need replacing. Bonnet cable snapped, that's how you open the bonnet. A little makeshift DIY piece of cable to open the bonnet, and even then it's still stiff, so that all needs freeing off as well, because that's horrible. Skoda badge missing, might as well do. There's not much of it that's left, there you go. And the front grille is damaged. I've just had to pop this cover back on, although it does need some something to hold it more so into place. That's for the headlight washer, so I'll take that off for now. It's 60 plate, it's done 190,000 miles. The bodywork really does need some love, a bit of TLC. Front discs aren't too bad. Got a little bit of paint flake around the windscreen, so we'll see to that. What else? Oh, back wheels are mismatched as well. He thought they matched his front ones, which, believe it or not, are in here. For his two wheels, which, guess what, need tyres. Well, they're the right wheels for the car. He's going to look for the other two. Fantastic. I will add, I did only pay 450 quid for this, so it's not really the end of the world for a DSG Superb. And I was one of only 200 people that messaged him in 24 hours to buy this car. So, we should have no trouble selling it, should we? So I'm missing. Rear Skoda badge deteriorated. I think you can live with that. And again, that number plate's desperate for some love. Or a new one. We also have a small crack in the light. Doesn't look too bad actually, so we'll see what we do with that one. It has done 190,000 miles after all. It's got the red eye on TDI, so it's 170 brake horsepower, this car. Rear bumper, really not in the best of shapes. But we're not actually too bad down the driver's side. There's a horrible suspension clump for the rear. I think it's this side. It could be a shocker, it could be a bush very badly worn, or it could also even be like a top mount that's like totally broken. It's making a horrendous noise and it needs seeing to. The parking sensors work, however. There's the other mismatched wheel. I think just a set of wheels on this alone. Yeah, I've got the door dented in. That's about the worst of the bodywork, to be fair. I think the dent man will get that a lot better. Polish around the rest. I mean, a full car needs a polish, doesn't it? But set of wheels and that, it just needs some love. This car came with a pile of plastic, and when I say that, I'm not joking either. So if you have a look in here, there's your bonnet cable. It's broken, obviously need a new one of these. I have no idea where that's off. Looks like an armrest or something, possibly. There's one there, so I can't figure out where it's from. There's this. That says Volvo, so it's definitely not off here. He does have a Volvo as well, so if you just come looking for some bits of plastic, it'll be in the bin somewhere. Both front seats are electric. That needs putting back into place. For some reason, all of this in the rear was off as well, so I need to put that back in properly. I've no idea what's been going on. There's just plastic everywhere. I think the guy that I bought it off, he likes doing a bit of DIY, but he just doesn't like putting things back together after himself. Sounds a bit like me when I get something to eat. I don't want to do the dishes after. Oh well, someone will be at home nodding. I've just had to jump start it, as I say. 190,000 miles, but it does have seated heats. Lovely. Got an airbag light on and a bulb light. Seems to be a slight knock from the steering. Handbrake isn't the best, so we'll see if there's any adjustment on that or if anything needs replacing. Touchscreen works, however, which is good. I've just noted the dash clocks aren't really coming on either, have they? There you go. No, I didn't fix it. Yeah, they're definitely not working. I'm using a dimmer there and only half of them are illuminated, so that needs seeing to. Something else. All the windows go up and down though, so that's good. Guess something has to be, doesn't it? So yeah, we've got an airbag light and a bulb light to look at on here. I believe the bulb light, well, I think it's just like a number plate light or something by the look of it. And the airbag light, I'm told, guess what? Bit of plastic missing under here as well. So it's more than likely going to need a squib, because apparently some of these buttons sometimes go off. So yeah, there's a lot of work in this car. And it is an absolute state. It's starting to get a little bit dark here, so I don't know if you can fully grasp how disgusting it is, but this car is absolutely filthy. Absolutely filthy. There's the door bins. That's not ash, I don't know what it is, to be honest. And if you have a look in the armrest, there's lots of leftover pistachios as well, and some cheese and onion crisps. Absolutely vile. There we go, so we'll get that away for now. Oh, there's something else broken. This car really hasn't been loved, has it? So I think on this video, the main thing is, let's see if we can transform it. I have a vision. Some would call me brave, some would call me stupid. Others would call me outright ridiculous, which I probably am. But let's get it serviced, get it tidied up, get all the bits of plastic sorted, get the knock sorted on the rear, new battery if it needs, MOT, the list goes on. Dashboard clocks, airbag light. But there you go, we are going to make a car out of this, and I can promise you that, and I won't give up. It's probably not going to make me loads of money, but I'm sure you guys will enjoy laughing at me. First up, I'm going to give it a quick hoover because I'm not sitting in that. So I've just opened the boot to do some more hoovering, and funnily enough, more plastic not in place. And if you look in here, you've actually got our proof of timing belt and water pump replacement. There you go. There we are, quick hoovering. It's now pitch black, but it has come up a little bit better. Needs a very thorough clean, a nice fresh set of mats. Even hoovering the leathers helped a little bit, but we've got a lot of work to do on this car. A lot of work. So let's crack on. Right guys, I've got my list of what the Skoda needs without even getting underneath it properly. Are you ready? So, possible knock from rear. It might just be something really bad on the front, I can't really tell. There's a slight steering knock from the front which needs sorting. Needs a set of rear discs and pads. The airbag squib needs replacing, so that's like the little connector that the steering wheel sits on and turns round. It does affect some of the functions like the horn from working as well when that goes down, and obviously the airbag lights on. It needs a bonnet cable, desperately. The release is sticking, so that needs freeing off, and if not, replacing. It needs an oil and filter service, swap the wheels over to the correct ones, which we have got two of, we're waiting on the other two. Rear heat shield loose, rear towing eye cover missing. Rear wiper, there's no rubber left on it, so it's going to need a new blade. Front emblem missing, so the Skoda badge. Battery needs charging up. Front grill's damaged. See if I can get it looking better, but I might put a plastic grill on. The dashboard lights aren't working correctly. That might be something to do with the squib, you never know, but we'll have a little look. Bulb lights on. Can't see any bulbs out, but we'll see why. Headlamp washer covers missing. MOT, set of number plates, and a valet, and a thorough check over by an expert to see what's going on underneath, see if we need much suspension and steering. Let's crack on. First job done. That's all freed off now. There you go. Fixed. Next job we'll be getting ticked off the list tonight as I go home. Got a battery on charge. Doesn't look like it needs too much after running the car, but it has been sat for a while, so I'm going to get it all charged up, make sure we don't have to replace it for winter. Right, let's go. First fix. Little wiper blade. Just going to use that now without scratching the screen. Done. Look at that, just a set of the right wheels on. Fresh set of plates, and what a difference it's made. We'll start doing all the little cosmetic bits soon. Get the bonnet sorted. Get the rear brakes done, get the suspension looked at, because it's made a horrible noise on the back. But you know what? There's definitely a car here, isn't it? I'm doing a bit of a service now, so I've topped up the levels. Coolant was all alright. Bit of screen wash. Look at all the gunge in there. I know it's run a few miles, but maybe at some point this car hasn't been that well serviced. It's a good job. I'm changing the oil, to be fair. 32mm oil filter, nice and straightforward to get out. We'll have a look at the condition of that. And if we need to, we might have to do an oil flush or something if it's all clogged up, the oil. We don't want that. We want it running as well as possible. Right, it's worse than I even imagined. So, needs a good flush, definitely. Would you want to see the state of the oil filter? Go on then. Look at that. That's the worst I've ever seen in over 10 years, 12 years in the trade. That is the absolute worst. This is desperate for some oil, and it's going to need a good flush as well. Let that be a reminder that these 20k intervals do not work. That is vile. This oil hasn't been changed for a very, very long time. And I think now I'm going to have to do a full service just to get things back on track, and a couple of oil flushes as well by the look of it. Right, so that's slowed things right down, to be fair. I've put the oil treatment in, ran the car for about half an hour with a new oil filter, as obviously the old one wasn't doing much good. Since then, I've put another oil filter in, and I'm about to drain the oil out of it, so wish me luck, and hopefully it actually comes out. It's worth bearing in mind on these as well, these oil flushes, don't use them if you have a wet belt, as it just contaminates the belt. And that can cause serious issues with breaking like a rubber belt up. This one just a dry timing belt, so it's fine. Luckily the oil's actually come out all right. I think the treatment's really helped it, to be honest, and you can see, look at that, for 190,000 miles, it's bone dry. You probably said oil was too thick to leak out, but yeah. Still got plenty left to do with this car. But yeah, I've decided as well, I'm definitely going to get an air filter and a fuel filter for it as well. It'll definitely be worth doing, won't it? Right, that's the oil all done. I've got fuel and air filter coming in the morning. Get that sorted. And then the next thing is probably start buying a few of the bolt-on bits and pieces and get it to a garage and find out what them horrible knocking noises are. Right, it's the next day, but I think I'm going to cut this video short and you can see the rest in the part 2. For today, genuine air filter. To be fair, it's not as bad as I thought, but it definitely needs replacing, doesn't it? So I'm going to get the new one of these in. A couple of T25 screws on the airbox there. And yeah, should be able to breathe a bit better. And breathe. There you go, you just got a couple of Torx screws around here for a T25, nice and straightforward. Now you've got a fuel filter, very straightforward on these, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little Torx screws, T25 have they? T20s. And you basically pop this cover off and there's a paper element filter in there. Let's have a look, see what it looks like. Right, so there's a filter that's come out of it. I don't think it's actually that old, to be fair, but have a little look in here. So this is obviously the worst, dirtiest part of the fuel system. But that's not running too bad, is it? I genuinely think this car's only been run on like decent fuel, to be fair. I mean, it doesn't look totally clear, but it won't, because that's the filter area. But, and it's obviously clogging up all the dirt. But that's not too bad for 190,000 miles. New filter in, that should run a dream. Sometimes they do cut out when you first start them up, but try again, get the fuel circulated through, leave the ignition on for 10-15 seconds and it'll start up absolutely fine. They're not normally too bad on these 2 litre TDIs. Fords, however, can sometimes be an absolute nightmare. Right, so I'm going to end this video for now. You can like and subscribe to the channel for updates and part 2. Didn't want to try and squeeze it all into one video because there's going to be some quite good content on this, but we have still got a few bits left. See if it starts up first anyway after its fuel filter. So we'll leave the ignition on 10-15 seconds, just let the fuel circulate. Need to reset the service light. Daylight, driving light, front right. I'll have a little look at that. That's probably why the bulb light's on. Obviously, we've got the airbag squib to order. I rang V-Dubs in Gateshead. They didn't really have any of these, so I need to find someone that's breaking one and get a few parts, like, try and get all the parts off it, really. There you go. Sometimes you just all the revs up a little bit as well, as they do sometimes try and cut out. As you can hear, that's running absolutely perfectly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my heated seat on now. So we have got a few bits left to do. Knock from the rear, really bad. Steering rock from the front, minor, we'll see what it is. Rear discs and pads I want doing. Airbag squib, bonnet cable. I found the handle down there and it's not that piece of wood. Rear heat shield loose, that'll just need a little repair. Rear toe eye cover, hopefully we can get one in colour. Probably just order one off eBay. Front emblem, so the Skoda badge and the grille. Again, a couple of little bolt-ons that'll transform the car. The dash lights, obviously there. Even when the lights are on, they're not very bright. More so on this side, you can probably see on there. So that needs looking into. Then we've got obviously the bulb light, which appears to be a daytime running light. Headlamp cover needs sticking back on somehow. I have got the part. And also it needs a fresh MOT and a valet. Okay, so we're going to have a little, I'm going to have a look for some parts now. I'm going to pick a car up for another trader today. He's a little bit more snowed under than I am, so I volunteered myself. Got to help those out. And you hopefully will reap what you sow. But there we go. That's not been leaking or anything, I can tell. So I'm going to end this video for now. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have enjoyed what you've seen so far. And like I say, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And you can watch the continued, well, rebuild, transformation of this Skoda Superb. Thanks again. Take care now. Bye-bye.